Mr. Irontrader, and this is Midday Trading. Well, we got earnings season upon us. Had big banks reporting last week. And now here on Tuesday, we have Netflix, which we're going to take a look at, and Tesla is on Wednesday. Okay, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy any stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Netflix all stretched out nicely. Now, let's just take a look at the earnings here, what we had in the past. Okay, it came up here, and then we came right on down. This earnings here, we gapped up, rose all up nicely. Another earnings, we gapped up. Another earnings, we gapped up. And another earnings here, last time we had, it kind of sold off. But again, we're way at this top here situation. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. Now, let's just take a look here at the old charts. All right. So on the downside here, what we're watching on Netflix, earnings will be out tomorrow after the close. A 1221.88, there's your 100 SMA. Right below that, we have this 50-day at 1213, along with your 8-day sitting right there. And then we have your 21-day at 1201. Now, if that is lost here, we'll come right to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 1178. Then we'll come to the bottom there at 1176. Now, here is going to be the gap fill at the top of that candle at 1163, and then we'll come to the bottom there at 1143, and then we have your big retest down here going there at 1134, and then we have your 200-day at 1110 area. Okay, so again, we have a very, very strong stock here. Okay, now you can see with this sideways action, what that does, that builds energy in both directions. All right, so on the upside here, what we'll do is we're watching that price channel, 1247. That's going to be very, very key. We get above that, and we're going to come right to the top of this level here at 1267. Right? Then we just follow that bad boy right over. We get 1277, and then we're bringing this price channel right across. We're looking at the top of there at that 1302 level. Okay, then we just march it up here. You got 1307. We have 1331 level. We'll come up there at 1338, and then 1341. That's the big boy. That is your big target. You crack that, we'll be headed right for that 1400 mark here on the old Netflix. Now, Netflix has a lot of stuff going for them here. They have that WWE. They got the football season going here. So they have a lot of stuff. So when you look at this chart here, look at bottom left, upper right, it's been a very, very good trading system. And now we have this sideways action consolidation where we could either blast up and we retest that, or we can blast down and we can retest that key 200 SMA here. So let's just see how this shakes out and how it trades. Okay. Now we look at the RSI. Well, that's to say you're looking at 57. That's got plenty of room to run to the upside. And the same way the green is above your red. This is here is all looking good. And we have positive divergence. So we have this low. Then we had a lower low. Right here, what do we have? A low, and we had a higher low. See that positive divergence here on your MACD. Very, very nice here. Okay, so these RSI, that measures your strength, absolutely. But always look at for it does a good job on divergences. Same way with your MACD is not just because it crosses over, then momentum to the downside crosses up, momentum to the upside, but it also has divergences. Anything that'll give you an edge in trading. So bottom line here, what we want to watch is these two trading ranges. 1247 on the high side, 1134 on the downside. Okay, we lose that, you can come right here, right there to that 1110 area. Okay, so we crack above this key 1247. We just follow the candles all the way up here until we hit that 1341. Then we see what the reaction is. If we crack above it, you know what I mean? Then we just go towards that 1400, or we come up to it and we kind of double top situation and it sells off. So let's be a little bit patient, but remember the earnings are coming out tomorrow after the close. All right, let's take a look here now at Tesla. All right, here we have Tesla. Now, Tesla actually is one of my favorite trading kind of stocks. Now, I trade this in both directions. TSLA for the long, TSLS for the short. This was a beautiful short when all the way there from that 488 all the way down to this level here because he was buying that X. And then we turned it to X, okay? So that was really, really good trade on the short side. So always remember TSLS. Now, the earnings are coming out here on Wednesday after the close. Now, the key to Tesla is you're going to have, remember, as of September 30th, all those subsidies, that $7,500 is cut off. So a lot of people that want electric vehicles, whether GM or Ford or Tesla or whatever, they were buying it and front loading everything that they wanted here. So this quarter, I think, as far is going to be good. The key is you got to watch as the fourth quarter and what's going to be going forward. Now, this company isn't just a car company. This is also big time technology. Looking at the self-driving, you have the whole AI situation. So there's a lot of here that's going on here with the Tesla. That's why I like trading it, because it seems like it's always in play in both directions. Okay, so what we did is we hit that high of 470. Now, if we look at this chart here, right there, what we want to do on the downside is you want to watch that 21-day. That's 436.46. Next level is going to be right there, 432.60. Okay, then we just venture right down to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 423 level, and then we'll come down here. Yeah, we're looking at 421, and then we'll come down to that 420. What am I looking at? 421 level, and then we come right down to this price channel at 411. Okay, so that is going to be your downside action. Now, again, there is this gap all the way down here. Okay, so we see this gap. The bottom of that candle is 402.43, and then the fill is going to be 396.69. Your gap, your fill, and then we hit this T 50-day simple moving average. Let me just big this up here so you can see a little better. Okay, there we go. That's better. So right now, just watch that 21-day on the downside. Watch that 8-day on the downside. Okay, if we lose it, we go to this 411. That's a retest of that candle. Then we have, there's that gap, 402.43, and then there's the fill at 396.69. Then we have your 50 SMA here sitting at 389. Now, if we start losing that, well, we just come over top of that candle. You're looking at that 367 level. We come down here. We're looking at that 357 level. Then we have your 354, and then we have 334 all the way down here on your 200 SMA here. Okay. Now, you look at your RSI. Well, as I say, that's not overbought or oversold. The green is bully red, but we have like a sideways action. So let's look at the upside. Okay. So today, we made a higher high of 449.80. Okay, so this is the level that we'll be looking for right here. Next is going to be 453.55. We get above that, we're going to come right top of there at 462, and then we'll come out to the retest at 470.75, which would be right top of that candle. Now, if you can bust above that, okay, you bust right above this, then we're looking here at the 488.54. That's the big retest, and we'd have to see what the reaction was you're going to get there. Now, does it blast through and head towards that 500 mark, or does it double top and come right on down? Now, you can see here how we had this energy building. See this? And it got smaller, and we had a nice, good chart of series of higher lows and higher highs, and then she just exploded higher kind of a situation. So right now, this is your big test up here, is that 470.75. We cracked that. 488.54 is your target. Downside, just watch that 21-day, watch that 8-day, watch this gap, that fill, and that 50 SMA, the 100-day, and then we have your 200 SMA there below that. Okay, so let's look at the earnings, what they did in the past. Okay, so here's earning. It's a gap down and it sold down, and then we rallied up here. Now this earnings here, it kind of rallied up and it came right back off again. Then we had that nice rally. Now this earnings here, because see, like it sold and down. This earnings here came right on down, and then we rallied up, and then this earnings we came right on down again. Okay, so right now it's really not looking that great here to break through this, but just remember the third quarter here, they're going to front load all those cars, all the deliveries, everything on that order, okay, situation. So the numbers are going to be kind of skewed. The fourth quarter is what you want to look at and see, hey, is there still the same amount of interest in this Tesla car as there was here before that subsidy or not? That's going to be very, very key. So for me, I'm trading this, okay, and I just trade this every day, okay, for long and short, TSLA for the long, TSLS for the short. Never have an opinion, just trade these charts. Watch that 21-day, that 8-day. We lose that, we can come down to the 50-day, 100-day, 200-day. Upside, watch that 470. You crack above it, there's your target, 488. All right, I'll be back here after the pit close, and we'll take a look here at Bitcoin, Ethereum, ETF, ETHU, gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas, and we'll look at the indexes, which are all nice and green. A lot of good trading there today. My TQQ, you're up 4%. Today, that's looking really good. Apple's ripping up here nicely. Netflix is ripping up nicely. My Palantir, that's working out really good. And then a Tesla, that's a good trade here. Meta, and anything in the tech sector is working really good. And a short there on the natural gas, that's working really good. And the short on the crude is also working very good. So today, fantastic trading game. Remember, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.